Coach Cronin, thanks for joining us today. And if you could, just kind of give us your impressions of the first 2 months of the year, 2 months of the season for the Bearcats, and what you're looking for the rest of the conference season.
Oh, okay. 2 months is a long time in the college season, so I don't know how much I'll try to remember, but we just try to get better every day. Our non-conference schedule presented us with, I think, enough games and enough situations to get our young guys playing time, get some of our older guys in new roles comfortable, and put us in some adversity on the road. We're in a couple of games that were really tough, and give us a chance to really force us, I should say, to grow up a little bit. I think that's probably what every coach would hope, and get a chance to get a few quality wins. Here early in the conference schedule, we were fortunate to get a win on the road. Every road win's tough in any conference. I don't care what anybody says. Life on the road in conference play is tough, so we're fortunate to get a road win, and we played really well in our 2 home games. Any questions?
Thanks, Coach. We'll open up the lines now for questions, and that's *1 on the keypad.
Go first to Jason Stain with Rivals.com.
Hey, Coach. Just want to ask you that, at this point in the season, what has really surprised you most about this team?
Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. With the year-round work that we're allowed to get, you get a chance to see your new guys now in the summer. And we start practice early enough now. The season's probably too long, but so I don't think there's a whole lot that's going to shock you, because it might shock your fans, surprise your fans more than it surprises you. So I don't think a lot's really surprised me, but I would say that I'm happy with our team's effort, our team's attitude. They're a pleasure to coach, they're a pleasure to be there, and win, lose, or draw, they give their best effort, and that I appreciate.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
We'll go next to Bob Wenzel with CBS Sports.
Hey, Coach.
Oh, Bob, I lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
You're back.
Sorry.
Say like a commercial, Bob.
Great last night, really. It was very physical, and that's the nature of your teams. Has been what you try to take to it. I know your approach to your team isn't any different, but since they play very similarly to the way that your team plays.
Well, I would say, I did watch them this summer, probably more than I've seen them during the regular season, because we don't play them till later. And but I did watch them this summer, so I would say that if anybody compared our team, I'd reverse it on you. If you compared our team to their team, I would consider it an extreme compliment from what I watched a lot this summer. Just the way that they argue over who's going to take the charge is really impressive. It's just really impressive. It's like you have to take a number. They have 2 guys waiting to draw the charge. They have 2 guys looking to block every shot, and they have 2 guys diving on every loose ball. Some teams have 1 guy. You're lucky if you got 1 that does that stuff, as you remember, Coach. But they're just they're an impressive group. And I think obviously they have a great coach, but I would say that their humility is what impresses me, because their talent is real. And I don't pay attention a lot to the media, but they have some serious players. They're not just not just with some of their coach, they're guys that play hard. They have some real talented basketball players. Morris can shoot the ball for a big guy, which I did not know until I watched him. Obviously, McDuffie's been hurt. He's a great player. Made a colossal mistake not recruiting him. And, obviously Shamit's an NBA player. So, and Connor Frankamp is one of my favorite guys because we get the same hairdo.
Hey, Coach, appreciate it. Good luck.
You got it, Coach.
There are no further questions in queue.
Well, Coach, I'll jump in with the final question. I know you talk about him a lot, but what has Gary Clark meant to your program over the last 4 years? And, you have 2-3 more months with him. What are you most looking forward to these last few months with Gary?
Well, I was hoping you were going to ask me my opinion on social media, but it's probably better that you ask me about Gary Clark. He is Gary Clark's everything you want in a person. He's unfortunately someday my 11-year-old daughter Samantha's got to grow up. I can't find a way to stop time. She keeps getting bigger and looking like a young lady and scary for me. But he's everything that I would want in a person someday to knock on my front door to take my daughter to her first dance. I guess I can't say it any better than that because I really don't look forward to that day. That's going to be a terrible day for me, very hard day. Probably harder for her because I'm going to go with her to that dance. But that's probably the highest compliment I should pay Gary to what type of person he is. Now, as a player, he's a winner. There's two kind of players. There's guys that win games for you, and there's guys that don't. That has nothing to do with talent. Gary Clark does everything he can do to help win games, and that's all he cares about. Doesn't care about it, whether he scores a point. I care more about his points than he does. He's just an unbelievable recruit and an even better person.
All right. Well, thanks, Coach. We will let you get on with the rest of your day. Look forward to seeing you down the road.
You got it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.